What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. I, as always, am Isaiah, and today we're going to be building another crew. Today we're going to be building a crew for Kill Sample Process, the cyberpunk offering from the Forbidden Psalms family of games. So we need the book, we need a roster sheet, which these are very easy to obtain for this game, and we need some dice. Now, unfortunately, I am not filming at home today in my studio, so I forgot to bring dice with me. However, there is a handy-dandy Google dice roller that we're going to be using instead. So let's get into this. So step one in the process is to pick 5 models. Now, I have those 5 models selected, and we're going to take a look at them right now. So as you can see, these are not the run-of-the-mill cyberpunk models, but I've had these models sitting around for a while, and I've been just absolutely dying for an opportunity to use them. Now, because I'm using these specific models, there is one thing that I'm going to do differently than the way this game normally runs, and that is that I have one other model that fits this theme, and so I have one replacement. Beyond that, if somebody dies or gets fragged or whatever, they're just going to be gone, and we're going to see how far we can get, and maybe it'll result in us ending up with a Last Ronin type of situation. They've already got names. I am going to roll for a handle, but I'm going to go with their names. So handles for the crew are as follows. Splinter's handle will be 9. Raph's handle will be Knight. Donnie's handle will be Jockey. Mikey's handle will be Cowboy. And Leo's handle will be Cypher. From there, we pick 2 special crew members, of which we have hackers, disconnected, proxies, counter hackers, drone operators, ex-corpsec, prawns, old school, cyber vampire, Doc, and Phoenix. So for my specialists, I've chosen Leo to be old school, which will give him a free katana, the butch feat, as well as 1 other feat, and Donnie to be a hacker, which gains him 2 free programs, 1 selectable, and 1 at random, which we'll get to when we get to that part of the setup process. Now, the specialists do cost 100 creds each out of your initial starting amount of 1,000 creds. So after we do our specialists, we're going to allocate some stats. So your options for your stat lines are +3, +1, 0, -3, 0, or +2, +2, 0, -2, -1. These matter because they will affect how well you do things. So for example, your HP, your health, is toughness +8. Your movement is agility +5, if I'm not mistaken. And your carrying capacity is your strength +5, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Toughness is for health, strength is for carrying capacity, presence is for ranged attacks. That's different. Knowledge is for hacking and pushing buttons, and agility is for movement and agility-based attacks. So I'm going to apply some stat lines, and we'll let you see what that looks like. After assigning all of those wonderful stat lines, we come to flaws and feats, for which we need 1 for each tune. So these are 2 D20 charts. So we're going to roll our D20. We're going to get a 9 for our first flaw, which is Ghost. And as whenever a model takes damage, they are overcome with anger and make an attack against the nearest model. Flaw, Ghost for Raph. And then for our feat, we get moddable. Installed cyber mods never gain the flawed trait. And we'll go through that process for everybody, and we'll show you what we get. So moving right on through, for Leo, we picked up the wanted flaw, moddable, and he got to choose another feat, so he chose X person, so he'll get a mutation that I can choose. Donnie was trigger finger, and Butch also, Butch isn't very helpful for him because he doesn't use a katana. Raph got Ghost and Moddable. Mikey got Perfect, so no feat, no flaw. And Splinter got Flatline and Feedback, which affect his presence tests as well as his... If he's hacked, he deals damage back to him. Then we may roll for a cyber mod or a mutation, 1 each for each crew member, and Leo can get 2. So again, we flip over. I don't know that I'm going to take cyber mods for everybody, but I'm definitely going to take some. And we got a D12 worth of cyber mods. So despite the fact that they are all in fact mutants, the only mutation that I'm actually going to take is the one that I get to choose for Leo, and I'm going to take Xeno. So he gets acid blood, but he can't be healed by trauma kits. So that seems like a fair trade-off to me. I'm going to leave the rest of them be, and if I acquire any throughout the course, then it is what it is. And then we're going to pick up some equipment. So we have 800 creds left remaining to spin, and of course everybody's got to have a weapon and all that good stuff. So I'm going to get into here and figure out what it is that I need. This is the thing that I want, and we'll go from there. So choosing that equipment was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but we ended up going with Leo with his free katana. Donnie took a katana as well to represent his bow staff. Raph ended up with a sawed-off shotgun. Mikey ended up with a power tool to represent the nunchucks as well as a revolver. And Splinter came out of everything with an ancient rifle. And of course, they all have fists. You know, they can punch, kick, do all of that stuff. Which then brings us to not ammo, but we're looking for programs because I have to choose. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So I get to randomly choose one program for Donnie. So that's going to be, let me roll a D20. Our random one will be number 6, which is misfire. Target carrying any ranged weapon with the cyber keyword is the target, and the effect is the nearest model of that target makes an agility test. And on a failure, they are hit with the targeted weapon and suffer its damage with no failure effect. So we've got misfire. We're going to jot a page number down for this if I can find one, which I can't. That's okay. And then I get to pick one. So that one I'm going to think about for a second. And because this one is just way too funny to not use, I'm going to choose singles near you. So the target is any model, and the effect is that pop-up ads fill their vision and they miss their next activation as they spend time closing them. But if I fail, then I would lose my activation. So we're going to take Donnie, program, singles, near you. That's super, super fun and flavorful. I like that a lot. And that, my friends, brings us to the close of crew creation for Kill Sample Process. Thanks so much for tuning in, hanging out while we went through these steps. I hope you have an absolutely amazing and nerdy rest of your day. And as always, I'd like to say a big, huge, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to our patrons who support us and pledge to us over on Patreon. You guys are the absolute best. If you enjoyed the content you saw here today and that's something that you would like to consider doing to help out the channel, go over there, check out the link in the description, check out the Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff over there, including access to our Discord server, talk to me, hang out with me, talk about our work, what we got going on in the hobby, some shout outs, all kinds of cool stuff. Check it out if that's something that you think you would be into. And regardless of whether or not you do that, I want you to know that I am incredibly grateful that you decided to stop by and spend part of your day with me today, rolling dice and pushing toy soldiers around. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and as always, may the dice be ever in your favor.